Hey guys, it's Sarah here. In this video, I'm going to be going over PT, PTT, and INR. So let's get started. So when there's a blood vessel injury, you're going to have a whole inflammatory response and everything else going on. But you're also going to have the clotting cascade. The clotting cascade is a video in and of itself. Way too in-depth for just this video. But what you just have to know is that a clotting cascade is going to result in a clot, a blood clot form. Everyone thinks blood clots are bad, but they're actually good. They're the body's response to making sure that someone doesn't bleed out, because a clot forms and the person can't bleed out. So when we talk about clotting over here, we're talking about preventing the person from bleeding out. So this is where PT and PTT and INR come in. PT and PTT are blood labs that you send regular blood that you take from a vein. And when you send them to the lab, what they do is they put a reagent in it. And the reagent is going to check how long it takes the blood to clot in seconds. So if it takes a long time for the blood to clot, that means the patient could bleed out. If it takes really short time for the blood to clot, that means the patient's at risk for clots. Think of stroke, DVT, PE, etc. So what's the difference between PT and PTT? For nursing school, you don't really have to know the numbers. So just know that they're both used for the same reason, to see how long it takes the blood to clot, but they're both evaluating different coagulation factors. So some are 8 and 9, some are 11, like they're different coagulation factors, but that's only if you have to know the whole coagulation cascade, which you don't have to know in nursing school. Why would someone even get these tested? The reason why someone gets these tested is because there are certain circumstances when you want to make sure your patient is not at risk for clots or bleeding out. Let's just say you have a pre-op patient. Before surgery, you want to measure the clotting time to make sure that when you open them up, they're not going to just bleed out. Also, if someone has a few miscarriages, you want to know, maybe is it from clots, what's causing it, like that. If someone's on heparin therapy, which is a blood thinner, you also want to know what their values are. Are they in range? Is it too much heparin, too little heparin, etc. Also, just basically any reason that you want to figure out that it's unexplained bleeding or unexplained clotting, like too fast clotting, stuff like that. So INR. INR stands for International Normalized Ratio. So it's basically the mean. It basically ensures that the results from your PT test are the same from one lab to another. Because like a long time ago, they used to use different reagents. They used to have different lab results, and it used to go very different. So it basically is just the mean to make sure that all the labs are the same standardized mean, like that. And the PT and PTT and INR are all gonna tell you how long it takes for your blood to clot. If it's taking a long time, which is prolonged, then that means you're at risk for bleeding out. If it's taking a short time, that means it's clotting too fast, then you're at risk for strokes, DVT, PE, wherever the clot is. One more thing is that when you're on heparin or warfarin, both anticoagulants meant to thin the blood, so you want to measure your clotting time also for that. So your INR and PT are going to be used to measure warfarin, and your PTT is going to be used to measure heparin. One tip that helped me remember is remember the number 10. Heparin, which is 7 letters, PTT, which is 3 letters, equals 10, and warfarin, which is 8 letters, and PT, which is 2 letters, equal 10. So 7 plus 3, so heparin plus PTT is 10, and warfarin plus 2, which is 8 plus 2, is 10. I hope that helps you. Please subscribe, like this video, and stay tuned for more.